Alright, let's jump right in. Here's your full condensed. Cinematic. American-style YouTube voiceover script 12001350 words. Hooky intro. Punchy dialogue. Twists. And an ending that'll have people arguing in the comments. Ready? You ever have a whole HOA try to hijack your summer in land they don't even own? Let me tell you, I've seen some nerve. But nothing like what happened today. Sweetwater Shores HOA turned my family's lake cabin into their own private country club. This story has barbecue smoke, bolt cutters, legal threats, and a showdown nobody saw coming. And yeah, it gets messy. So, here's how it started. I'm just looking for some peace. You know, I just inherited my Uncle Earl's old cabin on Starling Lake, tucked away at the end of a gravel road in Vermont. The kind of place where the silence is so thick you can actually hear your heart slow down. My wife, Tessa, grinning like a kid. Our two teens grumbling, but secretly hyped to ditch the city. For a split second, I actually believe we'll get some quiet. Big mistake. Day one. I'm up to my elbows in dust and old memories. Swapping locks. Rigging up motion camera just in case. City habits die hard, I guess. But right away, there's a vibe. You know that feeling. Like the trees are watching? Tessa thinks I'm jumpy. Maybe she's right. But when you're the only Wilson for miles, you learn to trust your gut. Next morning, I'm halfway through reinforcing the tool shed when I spot two strangers strolling down my path like they're headed for a resort brunch. Sun hats, sunglasses, matching smirks. The guy waves. Afternoon. Beautiful day for a swim. Huh? I laugh maybe too hard. Did you lose your canoe? Or are you just lost? The woman shakes her head. Oh, Marjorie said this is HOA Lake weekend. First come, first served. That's when I meet Marjorie Carver. Well, not in person yet, but I get her reputation fast. HOA president. Runs the place across the lake like a one-woman mafia. Supposedly, she's told the whole Sweetwater community my beach is a shared space. Except, I'm not in their HOA. This is private land. I tell them, holding up my deed like a shield. You're trespassing. They leave reluctant, but gone. But you ever notice how? With these folks. Oh no, just sounds like try again louder. By the weekend, the drama goes up a notch. I'm out splitting logs when I hear the rumble SUVs. Minivans. A parade rolling up with chairs. Coolers. Even a kayak strapped to a Subaru. People unload like they're setting up for Coachella. A girl calls out, "We'll just set up by the trees." The hell you will. I mutter, stepping in front of them. Guy with a clipboard, there's always a clipboard, holds up a policy email from Marjorie. Of course, saying I can't block HOA access. You ever get so mad you just laugh? That's me. Buddy, this land's been in my family since before your HOA existed. I got the paperwork. Wanna see? Now everyone's grumbling elitist. Just water. Cando nature. They finally pack up. But not before someone tosses a soda can at my feet. Making eye contact like it's a duel. Later that night, I meet Hank, the plot twist nobody expected. Old-timer. Real Vermonter. Rows over with a six-pack and a warning. Marjorie's been pulling this act for years. Claims any patch of dirt near the water's hers to manage. Only problem? Most of the lake's private. She's just betting no one will stand up to her. I offer Hank a beer. And he tells me stories about how Marjorie once tried to ban fireworks. Then had the nerve to set them off herself on July 4th. Yeah, that kind of lady. But I still wasn't ready for what came next. Saturday morning. Tessa and the kids head into town. I'm patching the roof when my phone buzzes motion alert. I check the feed and my jaw drops. Two guys with bolt cutters, Sweetwater security, slice through my chain like it's a ribbon cutting. Behind them, a whole caravan, unloading tents, grills, balloons, and right there on my porch, a banner, Sweetwater HOA Summer Bash. You want to talk about seeing red? I floor it back to the cabin. Music's blasting. Kids are everywhere. One guy's grilling next to my toolbox. Another's moving my chair down to the dock. And there she is, Marjorie herself, big red HOA polo, clipboard in hand, running the show. Glad you could join us, she says, smiling like we're old friends. I pull out my phone. This is private property. You're all trespassing. Police are on the way. Marjorie doesn't even blink. We're here for a sanctioned community event. Your inactivity meant the board assumed consent. I just stare. Lady, you broke my lock, trashed my garden, and hijacked my porch. You want to see inactivity? Try jail. That's when things get loud. Some guests protest. A couple kids start crying. A guy in cargo shorts tries to argue about historical use. But nobody wants to get cuffed for a hot dog. Cops show up, lights flashing. No sirens. Marjorie struts over, spinning some wild tale about my uncle donating the land years ago. He made a verbal agreement, she claims, waving some phony document. Got it in writing? The officer asks. No. But ma'am, did you or your guests cut the lock? We assumed it was permitted. Now it's her turn to sweat. I hand over my deed. Play the camera footage. Officer nods. Tells them all to pack it up. There's muttering. A few middle fingers. But they go. Now, here's where it twists while everyone's focused on Marjorie and the HOA circus. Someone else has been watching. Jamie, my friend from college, shows up with a camera crew. He's an independent journalist, and he's got a nose for HOA disasters. Next thing I know, our story is all over local news. HOA throws party on veterans' private land. Suddenly, it's not just my battle, half the lake's rooting for me. But Marjorie? She doubles down. Next day, I find a brick on my porch. Thief. My cameras are smashed. Someone's cut my generator cable. And a letter's in the mailbox, $5. 000, a day fine. My wife's scared. My kids won't even step outside. And I'm just exhausted. But I'm not giving up. Sophia, my lawyer, files charges for trespass, harassment, property damage. Marjorie files her own suit for defamation. Demands I pay damages for hurting the HOA's reputation. If only reputations could be fixed with duct tape. Right? We end up in court. The judge, thank God, sees through the circus. Sophia lays out everything: video, fake docs, witness statements. Marjorie folds under cross. Do you have proof? No. But the community knows that's not an answer. It comes out their official signature is from a non-existent board member. The gallery laughs. Even the judge has to hide a smirk. Verdict? All charges against me dropped. HOA has to pay damages, legal fees, and the judge refers Marjorie for a criminal inquiry. By the next week, she's out resigned, replaced by Bill Kramer, who personally apologizes and says the HOA will never touch my land again. Even Hank swings by with a pie to celebrate. For the first time in months, I actually sleep through the night. So here's the movie scene. It's sunrise, coffee in hand. I bolt a new private property trespassers prosecuted sign to the front gate. Tessa's planting new tomatoes. The kids are skipping rocks. And the lake's finally, blessedly, quiet. For now. At least. But let me ask you, where's the line? Was I too stubborn? Or did I do what anyone would? Should a community get to rewrite the rules just because they want a better view? Drop a comment. Tell me if you'd have handled it differently, or if you've got your own HOA nightmare to share. Because in the end, maybe the real question is who decides what's right when the law, the neighbors, and your own peace of mind all pull in different directions. Let's talk about it.